from your point of view, sort of the step before that, the initial inspiration, as it were, to say, I want to start a play area, where did that come from?
I've got 2 children myself. I've got a 6 and a 7-year-old, and so I've been doing these places for many years.
Yeah.
And all very similar, none particularly clean, not an inviting environment for me as a mum. And I made the decision where I would take my children.
Okay.
It was me that got in the car, me that drove them, me that paid to get in. So I wanted somewhere that was welcoming to me. And I'd done them for many years, as I say, with my kids. And they are a godsend. When you've got young children and toddlers and you want to get out of the house, and you can come somewhere and take your coffee and your magazine, your children are often playing, it's great. And I suppose like everyone else who gets into the industry, I just thought I could do a better job. Having been so many places and experienced so much, and just pulled little pieces from all the other centres we went to, the bits that I liked, the bits that I didn't like, and kind of created this idea in my head of what would be my perfect place, and actually sat down and thought one day, well, I need to do this. I really can do this. It's what I knew. I was 5 years into having my children, and I knew them inside out, these places. So yeah, I thought I could do a better job.
What was it that other people weren't doing effectively enough
to
sort of satisfy
you? They
you?
weren't looking after me as a mum. They weren't. What they were doing was concentrating on some fun play equipment for the kids.
Yeah.
But as a mum, from my perspective, it wasn't clean. The coffee wasn't worth drinking. The food wasn't worth, the money that I was being asked to pay. Often the toilets in these places are just not nice environments for you to go in. And yes, my kids thought most of these places were great. My kids would never come out and say, God, that was filthy in there, mummy, because they wouldn't know to say that. But I do. I can come out, I take my children's white socks off when I get home and they're black. Or, I sit and have a cup of coffee and think, I could actually make a Nescafe instant at home and I think it probably tastes better.
But it's still quite a big leap, isn't it, to say, I'm annoyed with all these things, because people do that on a daily basis. I'm not getting the service at XYZ, motorway service station, but it's still a big step to actually say...
It was. And the real turning point was we got some family who lived down in Kent, and we went to a play centre down there. My husband and I came out of there and said, it's just appalling in there. I don't know why we go there. And that's when I kind of had the idea, and I spoke to my sister about it initially.
Yeah.
We were both, I'd come out of a career in recruitment to have my family, and I wasn't working. My sister was working for a housing development company, kind of sitting behind a desk all day, not really getting the enjoyment out of what she was doing.
Yeah.
I've had an initial chat with her, and she took a bit of persuading. And we did a lot of research. I'd say before I even looked at this place, it was a good 18 months to even look at a building. It was a lot of research. A lot of putting some figures together, a business plan, seeing an accountant, chatting with them about the money that we'd need to invest and all the risks that we would take, etc. But I think we got to a point where we said, if we don't do this, I'm going to kick myself in 5 years' time I didn't do it. And I think everyone I know around me that's successful hasn't got where they are today without taking that initial risk, and that's what we took, and it's paid off.
Did you see it as a risk when you actually made the leap? I mean, having studied it, I guess, for 12 to 18 months, had you minimised the risk in that time at all, do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's still frightening. I still find it frightening today.
Right.
I still can close up at night on my own,
Yeah.
come out here and check everything's off and look around and kind of... I still find it quite overwhelming to look around and think that we've done it.
Okay.
Did it get any easier as time went on? I guess so. I guess I was always confident that I could do it, and that's a big thing. I don't think I ever doubted myself, and even when I was persuading my sister and speaking to my dad about it, I don't think I ever doubted that I could do it. I know I didn't doubt I could do it, otherwise I wouldn't be here today.
No.
And I think that is what you've got to have. You've got to believe that you can do it and have that confidence to see it through.
I mean, the other thing, obviously, the signs when you come in is the story about how you came to create the site and the support of your grandparents.
Grandparents, yes, indeed, yes.
Okay.
We were very fortunate in that we were left some money basically by our grandparents.
Okay.
We were very, very close to our sets of grandparents, and we every week would go and see them over sort of 40 minutes away. And we were very close as a family, and they left us some money in their will, and this is the money that we used to set it up. So we have got posters up around the place because I think it's nice for people to read that and see that we haven't just sort of borrowed lots of money, or however we've set this up. They can see it's actually quite a nice thing behind it. And the bottom part of the poster says something to the effect of we're pleased to put their money to good use and obviously to secure a future for their great-grandchildren. And the bottom of it just says we do hope they're smiling down on us, and that's a real thing for us. It's a real, all those years in that we supported them and helped them, and all of their hard work in their lifetime, and this is what we have to show for all of it, which is just really nice.
Okay. And I think, it's the first site I've actually been to, I think, where I've stood there and read that story, and it is something that that sticks with you, I think,
It is,
isn't it?
absolutely.
You feel
And
as
it
though,
does.
again, you're part of this family atmosphere, this
It
intangible.
does.
Just going back to when you started,
Yeah.
you said that this was a play area before, and
It
obviously it
was.
had gone out of business, which caused the problem with
Yeah.
your landlord.
Yes.
Have you any idea why they struggled when you've prospered or not?
I do. Obviously this building's completely done up now, so it was
Yeah.
quite a rundown play area. My understanding is it was run by a guy and his wife who didn't really have any interest in the building. I've had several people say to me they'd complained about things. He was not customer focused at all. The reason he was shut down, first of all, for a health and safety issue. Apparently his equipment was so old and so irregularly serviced, there was a lot of screws and things hanging out, children were injuring themselves. Someone obviously complained and they got shut down. They reopened again about 3 months later under a different name. And I'm not sure the reasons exactly. I think they got a reputation for being quite dirty in here, not a great customer relations. Their parties were very poor. People were choosing to go to other place centres and they just weren't getting the business in. And they kind of literally sort of did a bit of a midnight flip, basically.
Was it a concern for you that the reputation of this building as a play area would
Yes,
be
it was.
associated
Yes,
with that?
yeah,
site?
which is why we did everything new. I mean, when we first came into the building, there was some stuff still in here, and we kind of ummed and ahed about keeping it, and then we decided because of it failing, this had to be somewhere completely new.
Different, yeah.
Completely nothing to do with the other place. We had a couple of people when we first opened say, "Well, you to do with the old," and we were like, "No, we're completely different." So no, I'm pleased to say that their reputation hasn't affected us at all. No.
Okay. I mean, you're obviously still very passionate about it.
Yeah.
And it's often said that entrepreneurs, the people who knock down all those barriers during the 18 months period like you did, aren't the right people to necessarily manage a business and take it forward. I mean, obviously yourself and most people in this industry sort of do both.
Yes.
I mean, what is it now that excites you? If you were getting the buzz out of finally getting the doors open, what is it that sort of gets you out of bed in the morning then?
I still can't wait to get in. I still have that. I still feel lost on my day off. I still find that really hard. And I think probably what it summarizes is that no 2 days are ever the same. There is always a challenge, there's always something that's going on that we feel needs us to be here. And I feel we're providing such a good service to people, and I just think that makes us really proud to think this is exactly what I wanted. If you'd have asked me 3 years ago if I could picture what I wanted and how it would go, this would be exactly it. There'd be nothing I would change, there'd be nothing I'd particularly do differently. It's exactly how I viewed it, and it just gives you a really nice feeling when you come in, and I think it's the people stopping us through the day and talking to us and saying how great it is, and no 2 days the same. On busy days, Lynn and I have been in those toilets with our rubber gloves on, giving them a good old clean, and the drains have been a nightmare. Where I have rodded many a drain in my time now, we have to check the drains every week, and all that sort of thing. So I just think it's about no 2 days are the same. I love the fact that people are enjoying what we're offering here, and it's still very new for some people that come in. People come in their first visit, you can see them walk in reception going, "Oh, wow, blimey." And it's really lovely to walk around and hear that. Lovely to see people's empty, clean plates because they've enjoyed their food so much. When we clear them away, we always say, "Was everything okay?" "Oh God, it was lovely, so nice."
So the initial vision that you had, how
Yep.
close to where we're sitting
Exactly
today?
this.
Is this exactly how it is?
Exactly. I would say we pictured a big square, oblong warehouse with seating in the middle, play frames around you, a nice environment, carpeted, nice tables and chairs, comfy seating area. Exactly this, I would say. There's nothing in here that I would change at all.
So even as we sit here today, you've been open for over 12 months.
Yeah.
You wouldn't actually change anything at all?
I would increase size of things. I would increase the size of the toddler area possibly.
Yeah.
And I would possibly increase the size of the football arena. But apart from that, no, I don't think I would.
Okay.